And tonight, Congressman Bob Goodlatte accusing Attorney General Eric Holder of having something to hide. The House Judiciary Committee chair is not happy with the reply letter he got from the Justice Department. In that letter, an Assistant AG defends Attorney General Holder's testimony about reporter surveillance, but Chairman Goodlatte wants answers directly from Attorney General Holder. He joins us. Nice to see you, sir.
Good to be with you, Greta.
And of course, the big problem is that Attorney General Holder on about the 15th of May said that he didn't know anything about any potential investigations or prosecutions of reporters, and that turned out not to be so because you had James Rosen here at Fox News. But what do you want?
We want to have the Attorney General respond to the questions that we've posed to him based upon the clear contradiction between his sworn testimony in the committee and his approval of the affidavit for a search warrant in the Rosen case. Before the committee, when asked by Democratic Congressman Hank Johnson of Georgia about the prosecution of reporters, said the potential prosecution of reporters was something he'd never heard of, thought it would be an unwise thing to do. And then after the testimony, the judge in that case, who had sealed the search warrant affidavits, realized that they were 18 months overdue in being released to the public. They were supposed to be held for 18 months. They actually were held for 3 years. They were released just a few days after the Attorney General's testimony, and they showed in that affidavit that the FBI warrant that he approved stated that Mr. Rosen was at least an aider, abettor, or co-conspirator in violation of the Espionage Act and a flight risk if they were to reveal these things.
All right, so you get a letter back from one of his deputies, which has this hair-splitting explanation. I saw it, and I must admit it was not an answer to the question. I didn't think it was either. But why can't you just tell Attorney General Eric Holder, come on back, we'll put you back under oath, and now you do the explaining, and if you don't want to come back on our invitation, we're going to subpoena you to come back.
Well, I think that once we know that the Attorney General has not met our deadline of 5 p.m. tomorrow, those are the alternatives that we will be looking at, and we are going to pursue this matter beyond 5 p.m. tomorrow if he doesn't respond. That's certainly the option of the committee.
How soon are you going to ask him to come? How soon are you going to demand his presence back at the committee?
I think we'll wait until we see whether he responds tomorrow, but we're going to pursue this. We're going to pursue it promptly.
Do you expect him to respond?
I expect him to respond at some point in time because this is not in the interests of the Obama administration or the Justice Department to leave this kind of uncertainty about what the department is doing when they investigate reporters. Are they putting false information before judges? Or if it's true information and they say, well, we just never prosecute, if it's that serious, if it's a violation of the Espionage Act, is a co-conspirator, why wouldn't you prosecute?
But you've got the situation where Attorney General is held in contempt of Congress on Fast and Furious, and then what happens is the person who has to sort of prosecute the contempt charge in court is the Justice Department, and they just sat on it. So why do you think, they obviously didn't take it seriously, so why do you think they're going to take it seriously when you ask them this time?
Well, because this time the Attorney General's credibility is personally on the line in terms of sworn testimony before the Judiciary Committee, and the question of whether that testimony is untruthful, maybe even perjurious, is something that the committee needs to investigate and determine.
What if it's just dodgy and cagey, and he's the highest law enforcement officer in the country? Maybe you can somehow explain it as being literally true, but dodgy and cagey. Well,
that's certainly something that he needs to put on the record. If that's his defense, he needs to put that on the record. If his defense is that he was telling the truth, he needs to come and answer our questions specifically, not have a lower level aide answer them for him.
Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Greta.